All right, we are live, and welcome everyone to the Mark Hope Show podcast. We are here in the studio. I am your producer, Daniel Kelly, and we have Mark in the
Your
studio.
host, Mark Hope. And this is a show about a show. It is the show about how we make the show on Facebook, and then the show goes out on iTunes and YouTube and Google Play. Right, Daniel?
That's right. And Spotify
Pandora?
and other places. No, not Pandora. You don't have Pandora.
Spotify.
Spotify.
Tom Haynes checking in. All the way from California. And remember, if you like the show and you'd like to share the show, you can host your own watch party while you're watching the podcast and share it with your friends or your other small business people that you know that want to spread the word about their businesses and maybe ask some questions, get some advice. We are here to help you guys. And we love small businesses of all kinds. And the reason that we have the show is that we like to answer questions and help you guys out. So tonight is a call-in show, which means the number's up there on the screen. You can call in and Daniel will put you on the air and we'll answer questions, or just call us and let us know what you're doing in your business and what you love about your businesses and the passion that it takes to run small businesses is just incredible. And if anybody knows, if you grew up in a small business family or you have a small business that you run in your family, even if it's a side gig, and we talk on this show about side gigs all the time, and it takes a lot of heart. You know, you really have to be emotionally ready to, fail a lot and then succeed a lot. And you need to really get satisfaction out of taking care of your customers. Do we have Luann listening in the lobby?
I do not see her. She might be... Oh, there she is. All right. Yeah, she chimes in right there. Hi, Luann.
How are we looking on audio, Luann? I have my phone in the studio with me.
We have the all clear. Sound is good.
Hey, I got my son-in-law. He's working up in Alaska right now, and he is refinancing his... Thomas Haynes says his side job is Hope. Hope. And that's the Hope Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Helping out people every day.
Oh, nice.
And he is a great guy.
Nancy Cronin's in. Everyone says it sounds good. I think we are ready to make a show.
That's awesome.
All right.
My son-in-law up in Alaska, he's thinking about refinancing his house, so I would really like to hear from some of our local mortgage companies. Call in and let us know what the rates are right now. And if there's anybody listening or that knows a good mortgage company, Joel Prince, I'd love to hear from Bam if she could call in and give us some rate quotes. That would be awesome. And I'd love to plug her mortgage business. Speaking of plugging, we're sponsored this hour from Action Computers, www.actionpc.com, and they are working on a big project this week coming up, and it'll coincide with this Giving Tuesday. I think Daniel's got a segment that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I got something to talk about.
Some of the scams on Giving Tuesday, but Action Computers is going to be donating 10 notebooks through the Parker Rotary and in conjunction with the insurance advisors and Josh Martin over there. So we might be doing a little video on handing those computers over. They're going over to a Rotary Club in Niger. And we love getting technology into the hands of the young people, because there's just so much that happens to a young life if they can, get going on productive learning endeavors, especially in some of the underprivileged areas where maybe there's not a lot to do except for get in trouble. And you put a computer in the middle of that, and then they can reach out and they can learn and talk and join in with people. Christine Dickensheets, that is a small business. That is a large business. That's one of the largest auction houses in Denver, and oldest maybe too.
Love to hear from her. That'd be great.
But Daniel, you wanted to talk about Giving Tuesday?
So one of the things, and maybe this was what came up as a result of all the shopping craziness of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and everybody has their sale thing. But something that has been the last couple of years at least is something called Giving Tuesday, and that's once you've spent all your money on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they're encouraging people to give to the charity of your choice on Giving Tuesday, so the day after Cyber Monday. Now, one of the problems that has arisen is there's a lot of scammers out there, and people who want to take advantage of that, and so you'll see a lot of things on Facebook like, donate to this charity that you've never heard of, or social media in general seems to be filled with like all these scams of people trying to capitalize on your charity. And so really what the takeaway is that make sure it's great, give on Giving Tuesday, that's fantastic. Make sure you have a charity that you have vetted, that you already know about, and something that you know is really going to go the right place, because you don't want to have your charitable contribution go to somebody who's just going to exploit it or not actually get to the place where they say it's going to go to.
Hey, Jason Thomas just joined us. He has a fitness store here in Parker, and he's a great guy. Autumn Nold, I love to see you. She is the wife of a late brother of mine, and I just really love that family. And you guys are really, really doing a great job. Bull Hampton, shout out to him. But like Daniel was saying, really, really need to make sure that you're watching what you're doing online all the time. And especially when you're giving money, unfortunately, you're trying to really, help somebody out. And then it turns out that maybe somebody is kind of, maybe not such a great person.
Right.
And they're plying on people's kindnesses. So, I suggest that you get actively involved with some of the charities that you're working with.
Right, and that's what I was gonna say is that I think everyone who listens to our show already has a charitable streak about them, and probably has a charity that they're actively involved with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because.
And there's so many good ones out there. Adaptive Adventures is a great charity, like I just mentioned. The guys in Parker. Mayor Mike Wade and Josh Martin, they're involved in the Rotary Club. There's all kinds of really good charities. You just need to check them out. But you need to check out everything that's online. I mean, there's so many people waiting to take advantage, especially when there's money involved. Even when there's not, I get a bunch of people that send me stuff on social media in the direct messenger function of the social media applications, and it's so bad. I mean, I realize that you want to send me stuff. I realize you want to make sure that I know about the latest drug needles in the payphone coin slot or whatever, is going around, and Post-it note in the back windshield and don't get out. And some of this stuff is actually viable. Like I posted something on LinkedIn the other day about Overwatch. And that's a program where everybody should watch out for, young moms with kids in parking lots of malls, and watch out for suspicious behavior, and just kind of use the community to watch out for some of those moms and kids, and so somebody doesn't get abducted or trafficked or anything like that. And, those are great messages. Jeremy Langosta, he is a professional poker player that just moved down to Argentina, I think is what it is. Really? I can't remember. But he's a great guy, and he is living his best life down there. But watch out for each other was the message on the Overwatch, and that's something that you need to put on your wall, and you need to make sure that you're putting that out in the social media the way it's intended to, not sharing in the background with private messages and that kind of thing. That's not really the best way to advance your cause, and it's certainly not the best way to market. And over at marketinghope.com, all of our business engineers and service partners are constantly training small businesses in their marketing space how to white hat market. And white hat marketing is the good guy marketing versus black hat marketing, which are all some of the scummier tricks that you would use, kind of like calling somebody's home unannounced, robocalling, call and messenger, all the stuff that everyone hates. Well, soliciting your business to somebody's instant messenger has gotten to the point of a random cold call to somebody's home. It's not a welcomed thing anymore, especially if it's a warm thing, but it's really not, because it's like, share this chain letter, or let me try to get this conversation going so that I could sell you some insurance later or whatever. It's better to reserve the private messaging application to people that you really do know, or if you're responding, if you're wanting to call in the show and you want to message the show, or you want to ask a question and you want to reach out to marketinghope.com and instant message me or one of the partners or Daniel and say, look, I need some information about how much it costs to have a digital advertising agency, or call into Hope for Homes, and I want you to represent me in my Hope in my home sale. Or you're definitely reaching out and messaging for a reason. If you message the folks down at Action Computers and ask them how much it costs to fix the computer or whatever, those are valid uses of the messenger service.
Sure. Just
calling up or messaging people, and the one I hate the most is waving. I mean, what is that? Or somebody messaged me and says,
it's the poke. It's the
hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay. Hi. How can I help you? Oh, how are you doing? Well, I'm fine, but you're
I don't
messaging
want small
me.
talk. Yeah.
And can I help you? Or are we friends? It's better to engage people out in the open on their page, like their content.
Yeah.
Share content that is engaging about what you're doing, and build those relationships out in public. And then later, if you've got those relationships cemented down, then it's appropriate to send a message or, hey, can I work on this charity with you? How do I get involved in the, thing that you were working on to get that single dad a car running? I noticed that you were, I posted something a couple weeks ago, Daniel, and I don't know if you saw that or not, but it's, one of the guys that I know doesn't have a car. He hasn't had a car in 6 months.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so we're trying to help him get his car fixed. He's been riding the bus and walking around in the snow, but there's a lot of people in the background that have been messaging me to say, hey, look, I want to loan my shop to this. I want to help. One of my mechanics wants to give time free to help this guy. And other people have reached out to me and said, hey, look, I want to donate. I want to be involved in this. I want to be involved in this project. Those are all great reasons to be messaging somebody beyond, the initial post. It's okay to get in the comments section and talk about it. And then you want to make a deeper inquiry about something that you both enjoy, that you're both talking about.
Sure, yeah.
Those are valid reasons to enhance that relationship and continue on the next level of that relationship. But just friending somebody and then messaging them, I know the ladies have a lot bigger problem with this than I ever would. Maybe Daniel would, because he's a lot better looking than I am and a lot younger. But I know a lot of the women that are on social media have quite a bit of problems with. Yes, Thomas. Thomas is saying he likes to wave at me, and you are one of the few people, Thomas, that I allow the waving to happen. But there's a lot of these ladies who are just not available. I mean, they're married. If you read in their profile, and these guys are reaching out to them and making inappropriate commentary or doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And I really, really suggest that if you're male or female, that you really learn how to use the block function on the social media, because you don't need to have people making inappropriate inquiries in social media, especially during messenger conversations. But there's people that go across the line, even out in the open.
I think people think that Facebook is Tinder, and it is not.
Well, it is for some people.
Yeah, I suppose.
And for those people who it is, great. It's all a giant community. It's just like, going to a 3-2 bar. If Daniel, do you remember what a 3-2 bar was?
I do not.
You have no idea?
I don't.
Okay. Us older people used to go to this place where you'd get a pitcher of a beer, but if you weren't old enough...
a pitcher of beer, okay.
A pitcher of beer, but it was 3.2% alcohol, not like your regular beer amount of alcohol in the beer.
So you could get that if you were under?
Yeah, between 18 and 21.
Yeah, oh, gotcha. Okay, I gotcha.
And there was bars in Denver, Thirsties after the gold rush. Maybe some of the listeners can chime in the comments of 3-2 bars that they used to go to. I used to go to one in Gunnison when I was doing my undergraduate at Western State called the Ramble. And we used to call it Ramble In and Ramble Out. Ramble In and Stumble Out.
Huh.
But that was a 3-2 bar.
Funny.
But the social media is just like any other place that you go. People have different ulterior motives for getting together in groups and, socializing. And, none of that is out of bounds. And it's great to make new friends. And it's great to, get together. And
what'd you get? I didn't.
Brandon Fortney's checking in on those mortgage rates.
Oh, right on.
But
yeah, where are our callers, guys? Everybody out there, give us a call. I'd love to hear from you. The phone number there, for people who can't see the screen, maybe 720-507-1939. Give us a call and talk about anything you'd like to talk about with your small business, or really anything you want to tell us. Share your story. We'd love to hear from you. It's my little interlude while you're responding to that.
What else should we talk about?
Well, what else is going on? It seems like everything that we see out there in the media is all politics based right now. We don't talk about politics here, so none of that. But
You're dying to get me to say yes to the politics.
No, not at all. Where's
You know, and I actually
someone's calling.
I actually
Thomas is calling us. So hold on a second here. Oh my goodness! How do I get this to answer? Yes. Hello, you on the air? You there?
Thomas.
Anybody?
Hello, fellas. How you guys doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Thomas, thanks for calling in, buddy.
I figured I'd be the one to give you guys a call since somebody else was.
No, something's up here. Hold on a second here. Nobody's gonna be able to hear you. I think I answered this in the right place. Hold on a second here.
Okay.
We're getting there. Hold on, Thomas. Just hang out with us for a second here.
Thomas, you could talk to me.
You talk. Yeah, talk to Mark.
How's everything going down there in sunny California?
I think we lost him.
We lost Thomas?
All right, we're gonna try this again here. Get that out of here. All right. Let's see if we can call him back. There we go. Try that again. That's better.
Hello, fellas.
Hey,
Thomas.
Thomas.
There you guys are.
You can hear it? You can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry about that. We're having a little bit of technical
There we go. I
difficulty.
pushed the wrong button. It's too much stuff going. I got it.
Oh. That's all right. Yeah, I can hear you guys just fine.
Oh, it's good.
So how's everything going in California?
Oh, it's good, man. You know, just doing my thing out here, working, staying busy. Like I said, I did a donation. I actually did it yesterday to our local foundation here called the Kirkland Foundation.
And what do they
What they do is it's the guy that actually owns Club One Casino here in Fresno, California. He started a charity to help out stranded pets. And he has
there
a
you
couple
go.
people that work for him, and it's all nonprofit. And they started like a no-kill shelter and everything. So I give to them once a month.
Oh, good. Now, is that the kind of thing that you go down there and work at the shelter at all?
I go down and help out once in a while when I can, but you know me, I'm a pretty busy guy between work and poker and all that stuff, you know.
And they're in Fresno there?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I got their...
Yeah, they're in Fresno. I'm about 30 miles south of them, but the guy that owns Club One Casino, he's a really good friend of mine, and I really love the stuff he does because he also does a lot for the Chaffee Zoo there in Fresno too. He raises a lot of money for them through his casino. So if you guys ever get out here to Fresno, you definitely have to stop by and check out our local zoo. It's worth checking out.
Nice.
Yeah, Daniel just put the link in for the Kirkland Foundation in the show notes.
Yeah, this should be there.
Oh, cool. I
Should be.
appreciate that.
Now, do you know Jerry Yang?
Yes, I do.
Have you been over to his new restaurant over there?
His old one that was about an hour from me, he closed it because he wanted to open one closer to home, which is here in Fresno.
Right.
They're supposed to open up on the 4th, but PG&E messed something up, so I think he said they're pushing it back like a week, maybe a week and a half.
And if anybody doesn't know who we're talking about Jerry Yang. He won the World Series of Poker main event.
This year?
Yes.
No, it was like several years ago, but what a great guy. And you want to talk about a charitable guy. He is always anxious to help people out. He's anxious to, help, give donations in money and in work. And he won the main event, and it was at the time one of the biggest purses in the main event prize pool history. I think he won $8 million, something like that.
Wow.
Do you remember,
Yeah,
Tom?
pretty close. Yeah, it was right at $8 million.
So what the guy does, which is unheard of with some of these poker players that we know, right, Thomas? Is he actually takes the money and invests it in a business and starts his own restaurant called Pocket Eights. Because that's what he won the main event tournament with, Pocket Eights.
Nice.
So he opened up this sushi restaurant, and he has done really well on his own. Rather than, on his own as a restaurateur. You know, I've seen him. He makes big vats of this teriyaki sauce, and I mean, he's really good at what he does.
Oh yeah, and the food's really good. I went up to Pocket 8 Sushi there in, I think it's Merced or Madera or something like that.
Merced.
And I was cruising up to Sacramento to go play up there at was it Thunder Valley, and I stopped by there on the way up and on the way back both, just to get. He's got this sushi roll that's called the Dragon something. It's so good.
Well, I'm gonna have to make a trip out there to California and play some of that California poker with you. Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Do you know when your trip for the World Series is this year?
Actually, I'm not playing the World Series this year.
At all? Any of it?
Sponsors. No. I talked to my sponsors, and they're good with it, which is bulk beef jerky. You know that.
Sure.
They're cool with me taking the World Series off this year because I'm actually going to fly into Tel Aviv, and I'm doing Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Sea of Galilee. You know, the whole.
Oh, so you're taking that?
Church.
You're taking that whole month off.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
what am
I'm
I
actually
supposed
gonna
to
be
do at the
doing-
World Series without you there?
Well, you.
I mean, I could end up getting in
fly
trouble.
with me.
Go to Tel
For,
Aviv.
everybody, well, everybody from our church is getting baptized in the River Jordan while we're there.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and we're going to Bethlehem, and yeah, we're doing the whole walk and.
Hey, why don't you
everything. So
give
it's
your
gonna be-
church a shout out since you're on the show here?
All right, my church is here in Lemoore, California. It's called South Valley, and it's one of the biggest churches here in Lemoore, other than the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church here is humongous, but yeah, my church is so giving. It's not even funny. We fund a sister church in Guatemala and
There you
another one
go.
in Kenya. And our one in Kenya, we are actually in the process of building our own campus out there that will add 250 students.
That is awesome.
250 students, plus all the staff and everything. And everything is being paid for through what my church has raised. And it's just phenomenal.
You know, we've given a bunch of computers. I don't know if you were listening at the top of the hour, but we've given away a bunch of computers to
Yeah.
Ghana and Niger and all those. And it's just amazing that, what
Oh, yeah.
happens when you get that technology over there. And I think Daniel has some footage somewhere of the orphanage that we support in Ghana. And it is the cleanest, and the children are the most well-dressed, and kind of like a union school type of a academy school, and they're just so happy. It's just a great thing to be involved in. And when you can get those children young enough, I mean, it really is something that's good.
Yeah, I think I've got to find that.
I know we have footage.
I know
of
we've
that
definitely done it
orphanage that
before.
we support out there.
Yeah, they sent us a video. I got to find that. I did track down your church though, Thomas, and posted there in the comments, the South Valley Community Church.
Yeah,
And I posted their Facebook page right there. Very cool. People can see that.
Well, I'm disappointed I won't see you in June, but we will definitely have to make some time. Maybe I'll come down to California and let you give me a couple poker lessons.
All right. Maybe I'll swing up there. I'll have after that trip, I think I'll have like 1 week of vacation left.
Well, you're always
maybe
welcome here, man.
I'll swing up that way when it's nice, and that's one of the states I've not been to yet. I've been to 37 different states, and I haven't been to yours yet.
Well, we'll have to put 38 on the money.
Yeah, you should definitely come to Colorado. It's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, buddy. Thanks for calling in.
All right, well, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great evening.
I appreciate you too, man.
Take
And I'm going
care.
to come down and fish with you too. It's not going to be all poker.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did most of the day today.
I know you do. You have a good balance in life, buddy. That's good.
Oh, yeah, it helps to have a good wife.
I know that. I knew you'd say that.
Yeah.
Have a good one, bro.
All right, fellas.
Bye.
You guys
Take
have a
care.
great evening.
Bye-bye. Okay.
All right. Well, Thomas broke the ice for you guys. It's kind of like being the first one through the buffet line. Nobody wants to be the first one.
All right, who's next? Well, guys, all the people out there, give us a call. Sorry, I'm getting the stuff going here. Okay, Ada Hill has joined.
Yes. Tom Hill's lovely bride. Jaylene Chancellor is in the room. I don't know if she's still listening to the show or not, but if she is, I encourage her to call in because she has a small business cutting hair and has for a number of years. And she's got other really interesting things going on. And Jaylene, if you have a minute, you should call in.
Someone is calling. Unknown. That'll be exciting.
I love taking calls that are hot off the air and you don't know who you're getting.
Call from Dwayne. Okay.
Dwayne, welcome to the Mark Hope Show.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing good.
That's good.
How can we help you?
So I just wonder what your thoughts are, and maybe you talked about this, but I'm laying on my couch and just peeked in. But I'd really like to know what your thoughts are about the new minimum wage hike affecting small business owners in the next 3 years here in Colorado.
I have a feeling about the government being involved in business activities because I don't think they're very good at it, and they, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to kind of help some folks, get a more livable wage. But go ahead and turn your radio down in the background there, Dwayne.
We can hear you again.
Yeah, it's kind of coming back through, but it's.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's a great idea. I think that it's going to do a lot more harm than it does good, especially, a lot of this automation that you see coming out of some of these other rises in different places. Like, I don't go to a McDonald's very often, but when you're in a McDonald's nowadays, there's no people working there.
Right.
They just have these big, huge iPhone screen type things, and that the computers are doing the ordering and that kind of stuff, and then the poor people in the back that are getting paid a little bit more money, but they're having to do a lot more work and they're a lot more stressed out, and there's a lot less of them. And I think what we need to do is we need to work together and find better solutions than just better laws. I mean, the government can't even figure out what they're trying to do for themselves, much less small businesses. And I've been in small business now for 30 years. And I've always paid my employees way more than minimum wage.
Right.
And I've always had long-term employees that last a long time, and I don't think it's a workable thing.
I remember, Seattle did this not too long ago. They raised their minimum wage to $15 an hour, and a lot of small businesses were afraid on the front end of, hey, we're going to go out of business. We can't afford to pay people this. And I'd love to hear from somebody who.
Well, and another
has
thing
lived
happens is there's a grand migration that happens in businesses. Say you're in Seattle proper or in Denver proper. Well, that Burger King or Wendy's or whatever it happens to be that's in that mandated area moves to Inglewood, where it's not that way.
Right.
And then the people that are living in those cities are losing out on services.
Yeah.
Dwayne, did we answer your question?
I have to agree with you. I think that, living in Douglas County, we're having that problem already, that businesses are even, the drive-thrus are just being, what do I want to say? There's no front end no more,
Right.
It's the drive-through or nothing because they don't have the people, because people don't want to work for $13 an hour, so.
And it is a little crazy that the prices of everything is just, that's a Colorado thing. and
Oh,
other
yeah.
places
I
too.
agree.
But right now we're experiencing that in Colorado, where they're starting the kids off at some of these entry level jobs at way higher, and it's
Can you
hard.
imagine if we would have made $15 an hour when we were kids working at McDonald's? We'd have been rich right now.
Oh yeah, I mean I would have been long retired and out of here. I think my first job I made $2.50 an hour. I think is what it was.
I detasseled corn in the summers for $3.10 an hour.
There you go.
Wow.
I worked for a local restaurant, and I was washing dishes. And
Yeah.
it was a restaurant called the Northwoods Inn. If anybody that's been around here knows about that restaurant.
I'm a little younger than you guys. I started off at a library, actually.
And you're probably making
$5.
$17 an hour.
No, it was $5.45, I think. Something like that. $5.15 maybe. I mean, not quite $3, but it was certainly not 15 or even 12 or whatever it is now.
Dwayne, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate your call, and I really, really appreciate you listening to the show. And you guys are what makes it happen. So thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, not a problem. Keep up the good work.
All right.
Have a good one. Take care.
Yep, bye.
All right. It's open lines.
Well,
and,
first, 1 second before we jump into that, I got a couple people we gotta shout out here. Luann has a question here. She says, family member needs a new furnace. Got a ridiculous quote. Any HVAC businesses out there listening that could help us out? Love to hear from them. Jaylene did get back to you and said, hey, but no call. So maybe give us a call, Jaylene.
Jaylene, definitely call in.
And DeBrain showed up. A little late, but he's here.
Love that guy.
He loves you back.
He's one of my Jersey brothers.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He is a good guy. He is a guy, I think, that is going to satisfy his main career that he's doing right now. And I think that guy is going to do something great in his encore job. And I think that's going to be a small business. I think he is going to end up doing a small business with him and his family after he retires. And I like to call that an encore job because there's a lot of great people that do great jobs, but then they end up retiring young. And I know you just fixed my camera and I moved, but
Yeah, that's my whole life.
they retire young, and there's always an encore job.
Yeah.
Because those people, they're just not built to sit around the house. And somebody like DeBrain, and I'm not going to say his Christian name on TV because he's got one of those jobs. But I those go-getter type personalities are always, fulfilling that main thing that is the essential building block piece to small businesses, and that's passion and helping people. Yeah. Those two things, if you're passionate about providing a service and helping people, then you are going to be successful in small business. And generally those people that his wife Charlie said that he has to work. Well, I mean, you're pretty awesome too, Charlie. I mean, let's face facts. And I could say Charlie's job. She's a nurse and she's awesome. And so I'm sure that she could carry the whole weight of the family on her shoulders.
All right. Hey, so this point of the show, I think we should roll up the trivia question. What do you think?
Okay, that sounds good.
Every week before we do this show, Mark has a little pre-show ritual that he does, and I'm going to publish it.
And it's kind of sick because I can't do the show before I do my ritual.
Well, I'm going to throw it out there. So what do we have? We've got, does he eat a meal, take a quick nap, or take a shower? What do you guys think? Y'all know Mark pretty well. What do you think he does before we do the show every time? I'll give you a hint. I'm usually setting up the show when this happens. So there you go. That's not a hint at all, is it?
No, I don't think it gives away any of the answers.
Yeah. All right. Okay, who else we've got? Who's going to give us a call next?
And literally, if you guys have any questions, even if you aren't a small business owner or you want to know about, what to do to get into small business, what are the recommendations, because I was raised a very, very poor young man in Littleton, Colorado. And I have had the fortune of being successful. And I did not make my money when I was in corporate America. I did not make giant wealth while I was working for companies in corporate America. I made my wealth in the small business space and buying businesses, running businesses, taking money that I've earned from buying and running businesses and investing that in other small business areas like income producing real estate and co-op type situations on commercial properties and other opportunities that come along. And I believe that America is... Joseph Sandwith just joined in, and I would love to hear a call from that guy. You want to talk about a small business guy? That guy is in his encore career, and he owns Hogfather Detailing in Jersey.
Nice.
And what they do is they provide the most premier detailing service that you can get. And he's specializing in motorcycles. He'll do some cars, but he specializes in motorcycles with the ceramic coating and all of the high-end finishes for those really expensive motorcycles the guys have. And one of the claims to success is he's one of the founding partners in a outfit called the Detail Mafia. And the Detail Mafia is charged with detailing and resurrecting and preserving very expensive and prized vehicles like Air Force One.
Really?
Yeah, and if Air Force One trusts these guys to do all their stuff, then you should trust them to do your motorcycle or your sports car or whatever.
Very cool.
And actually, one of the guys that's on our show quite a bit, AJ, with Colorado Pro Shine, is linked up with Hogfathers, and he is kind of a mentee-mentor relationship with those guys, going to SEMA every year. That's a big thing with them. That's a great business.
That
Service
is cool.
business.
Yeah. Okay. Got something happen here. Huh. Okay.
Something happened technically?
Yeah. I got a little event log, but it was nothing to worry about. So we are still good. All right, so the guys that are answering in the comments for the question, go ahead and vote if you can see that on your screen. You should have 3 buttons there to pick from, and you just vote. Or keep commenting. That's fine, too. Have you been seeing...
Does it go away when you first log in and shut it down?
I don't know.
Ruth Morey just joined in. And this isn't a small business, but her husband is involved in politics in North Carolina.
Oh, that's right.
He is a commissioner.
That's right.
Which is a pretty big deal. And we've had the pleasure to work with him and want to do some more things with him and his office.
That was a cool thing to work with him.
Yeah, they don't see the buttons.
They don't see the buttons? Nobody sees the button? Oh, well.
Charlie, you should call in. She wants to plug her Friends All Natural deodorant products, and is that allowed? Of course it's allowed. Can you see the phone number? Give them the phone number again.
Phone number is 720-507-1939. Give us a call. It's still on my screen. I click Quick Nap, and it's still on my screen. I'm not sure. So some people see the buttons, some don't. I don't know. Maybe mobile. I see the buttons, but I've got.
Yeah,
the
who
answer.
knows?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, Charlie, give us a call.
Yeah, and that's what the show's all about.
Yeah.
If you've got a small business or a friend that has a small business or somebody that you know who is making things happen and you want to congratulate them, or if somebody's got a question like Dwayne did, or something that's more, germane to what you're doing or helps you run your business. You want to talk about advertising, marketing, and how much money should you spend on your advertising budget, and what's the best way to promote your business.
I'm going to stop. You got somebody calling right now.
It looks like Hackensack, New Jersey.
New Jersey? Okay. All right. Here we go.
Accept it.
Yeah. Hello, you're on the air. You're on the Mark Hope Show.
Hello there. This is Charlie speaking.
Hi, Charlie.
Charlie, my sister from another mister.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, honey. How are you doing? Thank you for calling.
No, I'm speaking to Mark.
And
I don't think Alex hears yet. So he's like, who are you talking to?
Yeah, that's
How are
exactly
you?
right. And he does need to work. And tell him whenever he retires and he starts his business, I'm going to be one of the first investors. Whatever it is.
Oh, my God. So I was wondering, because you're talking about small businesses. I have a friend, and she developed an all-natural deodorant. She has a link on Facebook.
Okay.
The company's name is Zentuary, Zentuary deodorant. And she also does sell them on Amazon. And I believe today, if you're a Prime member, you get 25% off and free
Nice.
shipping.
All right, I got a
think
link here.
I think.
Daniel, you're getting the link up?
I got it. It's right there. There we go.
Deal is, yes.
I don't know about the Amazon one. I found their Facebook.
But they can get to the Amazon
Yes.
thing through the Facebook thing. Now,
Yeah,
who
but
is
they can
this?
get-
Who is this person?
This is my girlfriend from the gym where
Okay.
I work out, where I check in all the time that you see me put on Facebook.
And that's Fit Republic,
So
right?
my gym family. I'm sorry?
Is that Fit Republic, or where is it that you're working out at?
It's called Body Culture now. It used to be called Fit Republic.
But now it's Body Culture, so we might as well give
now
them
it's
a plug
called Body
too.
Culture.
Okay, I'm working on
Body
that one.
Culture. It's Hillside Park, New Jersey. Personal training.
And is your husband going down
they
there with
have
you?
He goes.
Not as much as he should, right? I heard that in your voice.
Well, he does do side jobs and escorts and overtime, so I can't really.
No,
get
no,
on it.
I know. You're madly
I
in love
don't
with him.
work part time, so I have time to dedicate more to myself.
That's how we like it.
All right, I got
If
Body
I'm
Culture.
happy, he's happy.
That's exactly right.
But yes.
I like to shout out for his mother too.
I also have another friend from the gym, and she makes natural, like lip, I guess like chapsticks and soaps and things like that. And I think she actually does like beard oils as well. She has men products, and I believe she has a Facebook too. It's called Hachi House, HACHIHOUSE.
Well, you
She should have a
tell
Facebook.
Tell her if she'll reach out to me here at the show on the show page, or reach out to me through Facebook, I will buy some beard oil from her.
I think she has some men products because she started with the female items, and then she branched out. So I haven't seen her. She does usually what she does now more are like actual markets. When we do flea markets, she sets up a tent and
Gotcha.
sells them there. But I believe she still has a Facebook link for the Hachi House.
I've got it.
typically
Yeah.
give our ladies. Yeah, I typically give the ladies at our Christmas party the natural chapstick every year, the bergamot,
Right.
and it's always a hit. So,
But that's
there's
the hustle
products
about a
like
small.
these are-
That's a hustle about a small business. I mean, you've just got to get everybody involved, and you've just got to be passionate. And you know what else I think about these small businesses? The quality has to be high, because if you're having your friends, recommend it to their friends, and referrals are the number one way to promote a small business. And if you're not good at what you do and you don't put love and care and passion into it, then it doesn't last.
Right.
I love the products. I've been using them for years, since I've known these girls and since they started the companies, and they do great things. So I figured since you're always plugging small business and this is like the weekend to buy everything,
Wow.
that I'd call in and, well, you made me call. I would have just put the information myself on the comment.
I want you
gotta
to know
call.
that in front of everybody
I
else
guess
in
you
the
just
whole
wanted
world
to
on
hear my
iTunes and
polite
podcast, I love you, and there isn't a thing you could do about it. I love your husband. I love your boys. I love your mom and dad. I love everybody over there. And I'm going to be
I
on.
love you guys.
I'm going to be on the
And
East Coast
I'm
soon.
hoping I see you sometime
Yes,
this
ma'am.
year.
I promise. I promise. I'm wrapping up some stuff, some business stuff here, and I'm going to be out there, and Miss Luann's going to come with me.
Because I want to see the new and improved. You're looking fabulous.
Well,
I'm
thank
loving
you.
what you're doing.
I'm using
All
that
right,
new
hold on a
chapstick.
Hey, brother.
How are you?
Hey, I just wanted to get on here and say real quick, I love what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
I thank you for all our talks, and every time I speak to you, it's an inspiration
Well, I appreciate
to
you
want to be
saying
better. And you doing this for everybody else inspires them to do better and want to be better. And it's great, man. I applaud you.
I
I'm
cannot
proud.
tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, brother, man. Yeah, you will never know how much you mean to me. So
Well, I love you too.
I love you.
And I'm going to come out there and see you soon.
Yes, you got a home here, man. So anytime.
Well, I'm coming home. I'm going to be there soon.
I love you.
I love you back, man. Thanks for calling in.
No, thank you. Give my best to Lou.
I'll do it. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah, you too. That is a great family. Those guys right there. I mean, that is a great family.
Yeah.
Their kids are just great kids, and they're really close. And the parents are really close with them, and they're taking care of each other, and they live in their best life out there.
That's great.
It's a really wonderful place in that house.
I grabbed her. Yeah, I got both her body culture and the Hatchie House in there.
And how nice of them.
That's cool,
That's one of the things that happens with small businesses. And you have your friends coming in, and I want to promote my friend. I want to help my friend succeed because they see you working really hard in your business, and they see you really trying to change that family tree, as Dave Ramsey says. Because you really, it takes a lot of hard work. And people are making these soaps in their house.
Yeah.
They're not, and I've always said that I love a merchant. I love being a merchant. I love to have a counter. When I'm talking to you about something, I'm giving you something over the counter. I'm doing a service for you, and then you're giving me money. That's the best kind of business there is. Some of the other businesses where it's just kind of nebulous. I'm a stockbroker. Right. I'm kind of giving you advice a little bit really, or maybe? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody that's cutting your lawn. It's not like somebody that's, doing something for you, and there's a real exchange of goods. I mean, I love that hands in the dough type businesses like, taco truck or a pizzeria or somebody that's, really, working on technology or making clothes. I think that's what we have to get back to. We're talking about, what's broken and, what about the, like Dwayne called in and talked about the minimum wage. Well, I encourage those people to just get out there and just kick ass. I mean, everybody knows how to clean a house.
Right.
And somebody who is doing a house cleaning business, they're making good money. And they're making a lot more than minimum wage ever thought about being. And plus, right. I didn't say this when I had Dwayne on the phone, but, minimum wage was never thought of to be a living wage. I don't think it was supposed to support a family of 4 on a minimum wage. I mean, that's to teach kids how to, show up to work on time and to teach people that are entering the job market, the workforce about how to clock in or maybe kind of start learning your craft and start off as an apprentice, but you don't have enough skills to be an apprentice. So you're sweeping the floor at minimum wage.
Sure. But you're supposed to grow into it. Right. You start off there as a place to move forward.
But I mean, if you pay these people a living wage for the minimum wage, I mean, what's the point?
You're always gonna be at the bottom. I don't understand. I mean,
Yeah, and everybody should strive. Everybody should have a goal. I know a lot of rich people that are very rich
Yeah.
that are unhappy. And one of the reasons that they're unhappy is they don't have anything to win.
Sure.
They can't get out
Yeah.
of bed in the morning and say, I'm going to accomplish this today. It's like, what are you going to do? I mean, you made $67,000 in the stock market yesterday.
Yeah.
What are you going to do today?
What's the point?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you made $500 in the stock market, you're a failure. You know,
Right.
somebody like me, you know, I go build a garage somewhere and rent it out to somebody, and now all of a sudden I'm a fantastic success. You know, because I bought a piece of land, I improved it, and I rented it out to somebody. All of a sudden, maybe I know what I'm doing somehow. So that lower bar of dreaming is what happens in that small business space. And, you know, if you're selling some bars of soap and your family can, Tom just chimed into the lady cleans his house, gets $18 an hour, 4-hour minimum. That's somebody that's getting after it.
Yeah. She's doing something.
But, you know, these small businesses, you know, a lot of times that's where the family goes on vacation.
Right.
You know, we can't afford vacation. We've got too many bills. Bada 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 bada. So the husband's out driving Uber, and the mom is doing something else, and then you know that pays. They save up for the Disneyland vacation.
Right. Okay, so I got a message here from Thomas, and he showed me the poll covers up the phone number. So I don't think people can see the phone number to call. I'll just go over it again. The number is 720-507-1939. I'm going to go ahead and kill the poll because I don't want to cover up our number so people can see us. But give us a call. I'm just going to end this. So the options here were, what does Mark do before the show as a ritual? Eat a meal. Nobody guessed that. Take a quick nap. There was somebody who guessed that, and a few other people in the comments too. Or take a shower. And there was one in the comments there. The answer is, which one? Tell us.
You know what? I come home from my day job and I take a shower before the show every Monday. I can't come on the air unless I take a shower for some reason. I don't know what got that started, but it's a compulsion and I have to do it. I got Steve McQueen texting in.
Okay.
He is one of the co-owners of Hot Mess Cleaning LLC in FOCO.
Okay.
Along with Lindy West.
Okay. Can I find that? Tell me again. Hot Mess?
Hot Mess Cleaning LLC.
I gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and he really should have just called in.
He should have.
But
maybe he couldn't.
if you wanted to add it to the comments. But
Got
yeah,
it.
we'd love to hear from you, Steve. Thanks for checking in.
There we go. Hot Mess Cleaning in the comments. There you go. And then we got a few more people have joined.
You know, it's a wonderful time to be in a small business, and a lot of you know, people don't really understand or remember what it was like back in the old days. Back when I first started my computer business, we used to advertise in the classifieds of the newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
And the technology has taken away the newspaper and the yellow pages, and TiVo has killed the TV commercial, and the podcast has killed the talk radio, and iTunes has killed the FM radio, and there's just so much of that old media that we used to buy advertising time and marketing time on, and people's like, you know, there's no place to advertise your small businesses that's reasonable anymore.
Right.
But what technology has taken away, they've also given back, because in no time in history have we been given access to the media machine as basal users like now. I mean,
Right.
we've been on the radio. Daniel, you and I have done a radio show for years on the actual airwaves of radio stations. But now you can actually publish content about your business and send out press releases, and you've got Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the hugest opportunities for small businesses to take advantage of. A lot of people don't really know how to do that nowadays. If you need a bigger audience in LinkedIn and you need some help, definitely reach out to me personally or marketinghope.com, and we can have an engineer that can take you from zero to hero on LinkedIn. And the demographics on LinkedIn are such that you're reaching a demographic of buyers who have money. They are 34 to 64. They're looking to buy things, and they are looking for reasonable content in those knowledge spaces. Like if you're a realtor, you need to become the authority of that market and present yourself to that marketplace, but you need to build up the audience in those circles of people that you need to establish yourself with, and then provide that information to those people. And like we talked about with the instant messaging, now then here comes back these contacts. Hey,
Right.
I want to buy a house. You're an investment like me. My wife and I are real estate people, and I'm a real estate investor. My wife is a realtor, and we buy and sell homes. And if somebody needs help, they can call and message us through the social media to say, hey, look, I want you working on my behalf because you have a marketing company and you're going to be the one that's going to get the biggest price for my house. You're going to give me the most exposure. And that is how that message gets pushed out. Car dealerships, you get to showcase your inventory in a way that's never been thought of before. You just have to learn how the mediums work. And that's one of the things that we do at the marketing agency is help train and promote businesses to where owners can participate in the promotion of their own business, learn the things that they want to do, and have us do the things that they don't want to learn or that are too hard for them to learn.
Sure.
SEO, local SEO, some of that ranking kind of stuff, algorithms and analytics. Maybe people don't want to know about that.
There's this great saying that you can change the oil in your own car. Sure, fine. You can do that. There's a process for that. It's not extremely difficult to learn how to do it. But do you really want to do it yourself? I mean, what if you make a mistake? What if you don't do it right? What about the hassle of it? There's a lot of things. A lot of things that can take up your time if you have a family or you have a business or another thing to deal with. But
what if you just plain don't want to do it?
What if you just don't want to do it? It's not your interest. I mean, I love driving my car. I don't really want to get in there and change my own oil. So I find somebody who's an expert at doing that, and that's...
and while they're in there changing the oil, they find out something else is wrong with your car that you never would have noticed.
I would have never even thought of or looked for.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about having an expert working on whatever it is you want worked on, because they'll
and that's a great analogy.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I picked that up, but yeah.
Have an expert help you with your marketing, and you're going to have a better result.
Right, absolutely. Okay, we got a few more people joining. Chris Garamoni joined in. Drew Denning is here, and did you see this message here from Mike?
No.
You want to look at that?
I can't see any of the messages.
You can't see the messages? Your Facebook message.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Mike just joined the show while shooting this message over, and it's a great thing we were talking about earlier, worth revisiting.
Mike, you're saying you got a message from me on my wall? Andrea Wilson, she's a hacker.
Funny thing, you got the same message from him in August. Exact same copy-paste message. So I think this is exactly what we were talking about earlier about these direct messages coming straight to...
Yeah, this is not a real thing.
Right, coming straight to your message inbox instead of talking out in the open. And just for people who can't see it, it'd say, "Hey, be careful! I got a fake friend request or a message from somebody on your wall," and it's one of those things. This is real. Please forward this message. That sort of thing.
And my response to it in August was, this isn't real, right?
Right. I think this is a sign of a Facebook account that has been compromised already.
And they're just sending it out.
Yeah. So, Mike, if you are listening to this, and you're still here on the show, give us a help. No, I got this. That's what he says. No, I got this. Give us a call. Tell us about it. Because it seems like it's malicious.
Feel free to call, Mike.
Yeah, give us a call. 720-507-1939.
And there's a new client that's reached out to me that we're going to be doing some work for, called Green Mountain Chem Dry. And if you could put them in the show notes, that's a new business that's going to be doing cleaning and chemical cleaning of people's furniture and car upholstery and that kind of thing.
I will try and find those guys. Green Mountain Chem Dry. They don't come up on Facebook. I'll see what I can find. I've got some other guys, but
yeah,
let's see what you can find here. I'll add them if I can find them. Kurt Costello joined. Nice to see you, Kurt.
Yeah, Mike. It's not a joke, but it is spam. I'm sure of it. And if you actually got something from me, please take a picture of it with your cell phone and send me a picture of the message that you got from me. And it's my guess, with all my experience in the computer industry for the last 30 years, I started my computer company before there was an internet, so I've been involved in all of this stuff from the very beginning. And what it's likely to me is that somebody sent you that message and told you to pass it on or something, and likely it's passed on without it actually happening. And, some kind-hearted person, such as yourself or somebody else, is trying to make sure nobody else gets hurt by having this message or avoid this hacker person, Andrea. And really, the cure is the disease. The people want to, and we've talked about this on our actual computer call-in show a lot, Daniel and I have, and really the chain letter or any of these things that want you to forward it to 10 friends or else you're not going to be able to get married or whatever, is all about traffic. And the algorithms see different things happening to different websites and different substations of servers, and somebody is benefiting from that traffic, even if it's just their ego is getting benefited from some people sharing the thing that they developed.
I tracked down your Green Mountain Chem Dry too.
I saw that.
In the meantime, got them in the notes there. I'll add them to the.
And if you need some cleaning, mention the Mark Hope Show when you talk to these folks over at Green Mountain Chem Dry. They are ready to serve you.
They're having a special right now.
Yep.
I can't find it now. I had it a second. Here we go. So yeah, $99, 3 rooms in your house, and a bunch of other specials too if you go to their website. Okay. Cool. All right. What else do we have going on here?
How was your Thanksgiving, Daniel?
It was good. I had a couple of Thanksgivings.
Yeah, I know you had some family in from out of town.
I had my cousin in. She lives in Alabama, and her and her family came for a couple of days before Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, they couldn't stay for the holiday. They had to go back and get to work, but they stayed through Tuesday, and so we had a little Thanksgiving for them. And
I saw a picture of, was it Elena's husband?
Yeah. That
fell backwards in the snow?
Yes.
They're not really snow people.
No, they
were very excited to see the snow.
They did not. I don't think he had never been to Colorado before. See, he'd seen snow, but not like that. And
Like real Colorado, a foot of snow.
Right. Yeah, we got lucky. He had a foot of snow, and him and his daughter got to dive into it and play in it, and we all had a good time. And I let him shovel my driveway because he wanted the experience.
You let him shovel your
you.
driveway?
Yeah.
Tom,
I actually have a funny
Tom
story.
Sawyer and Huck Finn, if anybody remembers that story.
I have a funny story about that. You know, we got a foot of snow, and I figured, well, we need to get out there and shovel it. So I'm out there. We're shoveling away. I don't have a snow blower. Wish I did. And I look down the street, and there's a front end loader driving around. There's some guy in a full size construction front end loader. And he's just sort of driving around up and down the street over there. I'm like, what is that guy doing? And he comes, and we're sitting there shoveling away and shoveling. I got one of my slots kind of shoveled pretty well, and he drives up the street, and we've been out this like 20 minutes. I mean, just like shoveling this thing out, and he drives up the street, and he kind of points at the driveway, and he's like, hey, you want this? And we're like, yeah, come on over. So he swings his thing up the driveway, and for people who don't know, my driveway is relatively steep, so it's kind of a pain. So he just front end loader just brings it straight up the driveway, drops the blade, drops the bucket, and just backs out, clears the entire thing in 3 seconds. After I was out there 20 minutes, and I just said thank you. He just drove away, and he's just doing driveways up and down the neighborhood.
You didn't pay that gentleman with beer?
He was gone in a second. I came back out to find him, and because I want to give this guy some money or something. I mean, that's amazing. That's 20 minutes worth of work.
You want him to be happy with
come
you
back
and remember
next
you.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, so if whoever that guy is, and I don't know, it's an older guy who happened to be driving around the neighborhood in a front end loader, and I don't know.
I think it was probably a Bobcat that he was driving around.
No, it was with the thing
the bucket.
Yeah, not like a little.
Do a Google search for Bobcat.
Okay, well, Bobcat's a brand. Okay, that's gonna show me an animal. Yeah,
Type Skidster afterwards.
Skidster. All right, skid steer.
Skid steer.
That's what you think it was? No.
That's what I think it was.
Okay, so this is. I'm gonna post. I don't think I can post this image.
Did it have a huge bucket?
It was a front end loader. And
All right.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't show this on the thing. Okay. This is what he showed up in. A front end loader.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I stand corrected.
A full on, this thing.
Like a Tonka.
Yeah. Only it was,
Well, he must
20
have a
feet
construction
long.
company or something.
It must have been, yeah. I mean, and that's, like, this guy's just kind of tooling around this thing. He was out there for probably half an hour down the street, and I could see him just come up and down, in and out of the cul-de-sacs. I'm like, what is this guy doing? And he wasn't pushing any snow that I could see. Like, he wasn't doing the streets. He was just doing driveways back and forth. And so thank you, kind citizen, whoever that was. But it was, yeah.
That could be a great business.
It was this. And if you can see it, let's put it over here on this. That is what he was driving. He was driving
I didn't think
a
it was that
front-end
grandiose,
loader.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of guys that have skid steers and those other little ones.
Yeah.
That do little
I can't. It won't let me
landscaping
put a
jobs and
picture
stuff like
in the
that.
comments. I wish I could so that people could see what we're talking about.
Well, you should just download the.
You know what?
Put the picture in the show page.
Yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna take this and put it in here, and hope it doesn't. Yeah, here we go. This. I don't know what's gonna let you click on it, but there you go. Yeah, here we go. It's gonna show. Go on there. There we go.
It actually put up the picture too.
It actually showed the preview of the picture. Yeah, so there we go. That is what was driving around our neighborhood.
That's crazy.
I know, and just straight up the driveway, drop the thing.
You know where he probably was supposed to be.
Not where he was, I guess.
He was probably supposed to be working on 470. It's taken him.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be done now, and they've extended it by 2 years.
Right. He probably what? You know what it was? He probably snuck up there, just grabbed the thing, like, oh, we're not working today, let's go, and started driving around.
He had to do his driveway, so
So why not? Well, and he was in and out of there so fast, he just waved and kept going, and I was like, hey, come back. It was pretty amazing. So of course, when the girls came outside, we're like, yeah, we're done. Of course, no big deal.
You just took total credit for it.
It's like, wow, you did a very even job. That's very good. No, it was pretty cool. All right. Charlie's back. She says, also my friend's wife's new business, The Rose Pops, on Facebook. See if I can find that. The Rose
Facebook
Pops.
and Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. Oh, it's IG, right? I'm too old to know what IG is.
The gram.
Does anyone call it that?
No, I think the old people do.
There we go. The Rose Pops. Okay, guys, I got this here. It wasn't super hard to find, but there we go. They're 25% off and free shipping for Cyber Monday. Let's talk about Cyber Monday. Is that a thing that should be?
That's a thing.
Should it be though? What do you think? What do you guys think?
Well, people are doing a lot of cyber. I mean, that they've overtaken the brick and mortar stores now.
No, I hear
it's
you.
like 23% more this year.
You know, what's crazy? You see the specials start a week before Thanksgiving. Oh, Black Friday sales are starting now. It's October 4th, November 4th.
Right.
And so by the time you actually get to Cyber Monday, is it all over? What about people like me who I didn't do anything? Nothing. For Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I don't think I bought anything.
My girls go to Black Friday the day after.
Yeah. The Saturday?
Sean Leonard, talk about a small business. Sean should call in. He is one of the best realtors in Denver. And that's coming from me. I'm in the real estate business. I am an investor, and my wife's a realtor, and I think Sean is a great guy. And
well, maybe he can answer.
He should call in and tell us what's happening in his real estate business.
Well, and wasn't there a question?
But he's got a question here about Apple Pay and
Pay.
Apple credit card and their new security measures. I think that's going to be the future.
I've been using Apple Pay since it became a thing. On your phone.
And I have too.
And it's nice. And the upshot of that is that your credit card number is never transmitted to the retailer. You're in a store. You take your phone out or your watch or whatever it is, and now the new Apple credit card's the same idea.
And you got to have the Face ID to make it work, and you got to have a fingerprint or something. Yeah. I mean, it's better than a regular credit card.
And it's fast. You just drop it on the reader, bloop, and it's done. Uh-huh. And then the retailer never gets your card information. They get like a single-use PIN or a single-use number that's used one time. And so they can never compromise your...
Yeah, even if they do get the number, they can't use it without the chip, the microchip that happens.
Right. And all the stuff is built into the phone hardware, whatever. You can't even use it if you steal someone's phone.
Right.
Because you have to have the fingerprint or the Face ID or whatever.
Right.
So I think that's good. Now, Apple Card, that's a different kind of can of worms there. That's a different thing.
Well, Charlie's saying that she doesn't like crowds or lines.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But I think that the online shopping thing is more about convenience because, you're sitting around saying, "Hey, I want this thing," or "I need have this strap for this bag," or whatever. You get online, you see it, and it's next day shipping.
Right.
I mean, that's going to the store. If you want to browse around, or if you want to, try something on, or if you need help, if you need expert help and you need somebody that will,
yeah.
Sean says he'll call next time.
Yeah.
He's at a hockey game.
But if you need
he's
help.
actually on his way, I think, to play hockey because he's one of those guys.
Oh, all right.
Not only does he play hockey, but I think he's on a championship old guy hockey team, and they're pretty good. Yeah.
There you go.
But, okay, Sean, thanks for reaching out. Hopefully answer your question about the Apple Pay. I like it. If anybody has any bad experiences or wants to talk about Apple Pay that they don't like it or they're thinking about something else,
now,
we're always open.
There was a weird thing that happened with Apple Pay, and the Apple Pay card. And maybe this is what Sean's talking about, but there was a time when there was some kind of profiling happening when you sign up for the Apple Card. You put in your credit information, whatever, and there were people who, same household, same everything, same credit score, husband and wife, both of them make good money or whatever, and they were profiled in a way where women were getting a much lesser credit limit. And it seemed to be a trend that was happening. And it was all over Twitter, and it was all over Facebook for a while there. And Apple actually said, hey, we don't know, we're going to look into it. But it was a real thing. And somebody had made some kind of PR statement that, maybe women spend differently and whatever. And of course, the internet blew up about that because, you're just profiling people at that point. But I think that's changed. That was sort of early on when the card became first available. As you know,
I mean, you can use whatever card you want with Apple Pay.
Right. No, we're talking about the Apple credit card.
Which I don't think I have that.
You don't have that. No, it's
I mean, do I want it? Why would I want it? I mean, the only card I use is my Southwest card, so I can get airline.
Right, exactly. That's what I use. This is my Southwest card.
But I mean, why would you use an Apple card? What would you get?
The thing about the Apple card is it's designed it's marketed towards maybe people that don't get a bunch of other credit cards. Like it's more like a little, you get your cash back and you get it in your pocket. Like every day you get 1%, what they call daily cash. And it's 1% of your purchases from the previous day that you get.
Oh, you get it right. You get it right away.
You get it right away, and you can pay your bill with it, or you can do something else with it. Okay. One thing that bothered me, and I didn't look too much more deep into this, but one thing that bothered me about their presentation on it is that they say that they compound the interest daily as well, which seems a little scary to me because that's sort of the last thing you want as a consumer is daily compounded interest. But I don't have one, which is strange for me.
Well, I would never pay credit card interest ever.
But I think they say, if that's true, it's daily compounded, then you get an interest charge the next day. And I don't know for sure. It sounds very weird, and it was the way they presented it, and I watched it a couple times to be sure, but it sounded weird to me. So if anybody who actually has an Apple credit card, not Apple Pay, we know about that, but the actual Apple credit card that they issue through Goldman Sachs, that's...
Well, Goldman Sachs, let's talk about that. I mean, if you're talking about technology and you want to talk about Goldman Sachs, you got to talk about Marcus.
You got to talk about Marcus. That's why I was going to bring that up.
Marcus is an online bank that is paying 1.9 right now, I think, something like that. Where, if you have $50,000 in a savings account, you're getting paid 34 cents on it. And if you put it in Marcus, you're getting $100 or $60 a month for it. I mean, it's a big deal. And you get up to your regular account and you transfer it back and forth. And, it's a big difference money wise. I mean, if you just have $5,000 or $10,000, it's your prudent reserve that you have for, your household budget, and It's sitting in some regular passbook savings account at a bank. You could trust Goldman Sachs. I've been using them for quite a while. It's really easy to deal with.
So on their website right now, it says that they're giving 1.7% interest.
And no minimum.
And no minimums, yeah. No, and they also do loans and other stuff as well. But for straight savings account,
no minimum,
1.7%.
And that's the big thing. Sometimes people give you a CD, or that they have to have the money in there for a certain amount of time or whatever.
Right,
but
right.
These guys, park your money here, we'll pay you more.
Yeah, and
it's a big thing. I mean, I think that's another part of the coming age when the money gets digitized.
Right.
I'm normally a late adopter on a lot of this kind of stuff just because I'm old and curmudgeon-y about my money, but I can't tell you. I mean, I've written a check, unless I'm buying a car or paying somebody that I don't know or whatever. But I mean, there's so many Venmo and Zelle.
Yeah,
it's a new age.
Well, for example, as a little counterpoint there, so they pay 1.7%. Chase pays 0.04%.
Right.
For your savings.
And I suggest everybody that's got a little bit of money in savings to check it out
Yeah.
because it's a big difference. And especially if you're trying to, really kind of help yourself by having a little bit of a prudent reserve and kind of keeping a rainy day fund around, you should at least be, making some money on that. That board just bleeped.
This?
Yeah.
I just brought it up.
Oh, okay. I thought it went out for a second.
No, I usually keep that up.
There's this massive radio studio in here, and it's all digital. We have gone away from all the board mixers, and everything is all digital in the studio, and it's pretty awesome. I actually
Oh, he's gonna take the
I'm
camera.
going to show
All right.
you guys what we're working with.
So this is what we've got going on here. We've got the Facebook Live going on here in this section where we talk to you guys and all that. Here we've got our software, really mixing center with all the ins and outs and the call-ins and all that are on this board, and then we record everything here for later work. And I've got my phone here as well, doing some other things. But that's how we do the magic.
that's how we do it.
And that's only half the studio. So if you turn it the other way, and that's a good point. If
You
you
got
turn
this-
it over here,
You got this goober.
no, we can't turn over there. Okay, we can't turn over there. Okay, but over there, a little clutter. But we have another spot, another camera,
Where the guest
microphone, and
sits.
everything is where the guest sits. I don't think a lot of people know that we have an in studio guest spot
Oh,
for people
with
'cause-
microphones and everything.
Yeah. No, now we've totally messed the camera up. Let me fix that for you.
Well, we're about ready to sign off anyways.
Yeah, but no
Everybody-
one wants to see your chest. for the rest of
Kendra is signing in.
the show. Yeah.
We should have her on the show one night. She is a blogger,
Okay.
and she runs
What's your
Time something. Kendra,
Kendra still here?
tell us what you're doing.
It's gonna be a minute. Facebook. For you guys who don't know, Facebook puts a little lag in there, so probably about 5 seconds.
But she does like a cooking
Okay.
blog. Living in Time, Time Living, or something. It's a play on words, and it's THE.
Oh, time like the spice time.
Right, but
Okay.
it's a different thing. But she
Free time living. I'm
free
gonna go
time
with.
living. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Free
And
time
definitely put her a link in the comments. She
let
is
me see what it is.
she is an absolute magician with the things that she makes.
Okay, I got her here. Eric, hello. Oh, that's not what I want. Okay.
And I met her. She makes the best cinnamon rolls ever.
Really,
Like crack.
really.
Yeah. Luann used to bring them home. I had to tell her.
Can
to
we
leave-
have her in the studio? That's the important part.
leave
Bring-
it outside.
No, bring him in.
Yeah, she would hook you up. That's another trivia question.
Yeah, for next time.
Is there a dinner that happens for the show guests? Do we provide a meal to them?
That. Yeah, no pressure there.
Nope.
All right. Well, what do you think? It is.
I think it's
We're about a
time to
half an
bring-
hour over on our
it's time
time,
to
so we're
bring
doing
those
great.
Doggies back in the corral, but really, really appreciate everybody that listens to the podcast, and this will be condensed down through the magic of editing by Daniel, and that'll turn into the podcast show.
Right.
Like us, subscribe on iTunes to the Mark Hope Show, Google Play. You can like and subscribe on YouTube if you'd like to rewatch the Facebook Live. The Facebook Live is really just a filming of how we make the podcast. But the main thing for you to remember is the reason that we're here is to help you, to help small businesses. We have the Hope Foundation. We reach out and we're helping people that need help. We're giving knowledge to people that are going to be enhanced by the exchange of the time and experience that we've had. And we love to do that. I do charity speaking engagements to, groups of young people especially, or business professionals. if I can get in the community and help inspire somebody to do their own business and straighten out that family tree and let it go in a different direction. I love to be involved in things like that. And I really, it's the best use of my time when I'm helping to inspire people. We'd love to get people involved in doing their own businesses and help give people a leg up. Because if it wasn't people, helping us, then we wouldn't be up here, reaching down to help people, get up here with us. So we'd like to really thank everybody involved. And, thank you so much for listening. You're the reason that we do the show.
We will be here next week, 6:30, Monday, next Monday.
6:30 on Monday.
All right, every weekend. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a great week. Feel free to chime in the Mark Hope Show Facebook group if you have anything between now and then.
And you can ask questions in there
Absolutely.
that we'll pick up for next week or whatever you need.
Yeah, we love doing that. All right, guys, have a great evening, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.